Brilliant. Okay, Gary, let's start talking about Paddy Madden. Good to see him back in action during the week for the reserves.
Yes, it is good to get him back in the reserve, but with all due respect, that was Torquay's second team, and we're still not quite sure how fit he is, how ready he is, but he'll travel up there with us. He's certainly near enough for him to be mentally involved with us again, which is great. We have to decide whether whether he plays a part in the game, but he's only just come back and he hasn't been back long, so don't get too excited too quickly.
No, I mean, obviously every team would want to see their strikers on the score sheet. Is that something you're concerned with, going into the game without your strikers on the score sheet?
Well, listen, you was all at the game Saturday. You know that we had strikers, midfielders, centre halves, all had chances, and their goalkeeper was man of the match, as was the Reading goalkeeper, as was another goalie. So it's, we're getting our shots away. We're just not hitting the back of the net. So I'm not going to get too down about it just yet. Strikers are strikers. They go through these spells, and you either have it at the start of the season, middle of the season, or the end of the season. Let's hope ours are the start, and they'll get get going, as it were. But it's not because we're not creating chances. We are.
Yeah, and from a point of view, plenty of positives to bring from that QPR game, wasn't there?
There was loads of positives, and I was so proud of our club. Of course, I was proud of our team and that, but what an atmosphere, and for it to be a full house, and listening to the DVDs and having a look at the websites, and just generally listening to your radio stations, everybody seemed very positive, and I was really pleased with that, because that was important. We was one goal away and a decision away from that being exactly where we needed our club to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the big games keep coming, don't they? It's I suppose Bolton at the bottom of the table, probably not a team you expected at the start of the season will be in that position.
No, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be in that position come Christmas time either. They're too big a club. They've got too big a player in there. Their team started off not so well last season, then they put a great run together and nearly got into the playoffs. And I know that Lenny and their manager will get it sorted out, and hopefully not quite ready for us on Saturday, because I've always said we're a dangerous club when we go to clubs like that. That in a bad run of form, and hopefully we can use that as a strength from our part. But we're going there knowing that a win will be a great win against a great club.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talking at the start of the season, looking to the Bolton game, you probably thought it's probably one of the trickier games, but given the start they've had, do you go into this game with a little bit of renewed confidence?
No, I think we can go into the game with confidence because we're playing well anyway. But we're still playing Bolton, and at the Reebok, is it Reebok? Yeah, and that's still going to be a formidable challenge to us, whatever place in the league they are. They're gonna start winning soon, with a bit of luck, not just yet.
Yeah, it's one of those, I suppose, where you can hopefully get the crowd against their own team when they're bottom of the league and they're struggling.
Yeah, you could do. I would have thought they haven't won for a little while, so because they haven't won for a little while, I'm sure that the natives will be getting restless. I'm sure, but Dougie and Lenny, they probably had that before. I'm sure they have, and they'll know how to cope with that, and they'll be trying to get their team sorted out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good stadiums in this division, aren't there? But it's one that the players will be looking forward to playing at.
Yeah, it's a great theatre of football. Really, it's a lovely stadium, the Reebok Stadium, but it's one to embrace and go and play your stuff and see where it takes you. I'm really looking forward to the game.
Yeah, and just finally on the loan signing, is there anything you're looking to bring anybody else in at the moment, or are you happy with what you've got?
No, we're happy with what we got, but we're coming into that stage now where the weather's changing, so people get their little sniffles and colds, and don't feel so well on occasions. we're coming into that stage where people have started getting 2, 3 bookings, 5 and they get suspended. We're coming up to Christmas time where, these next 2 or 3 months are going to be really important to us. There's a few Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday weeks, as it is this week. So, we got to be aware that we got to make sure we got enough numbers in, and so we're keeping our eye on people that may become available overnight almost. And when they do, we've got to be ready to make a decision as to whether we think we need them or not.
Good luck, Gary. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Slightly away from on the pitch matters, the Avon and Somerset's football liaison officer this week called on fans not to throw flares after the matches onto the pitch.
Okay.
Is that something you support? Would you?
Yeah, of course. It's got to be dangerous, isn't it? We supporters are just sort of trying to make it an occasion, aren't they? Now, probably flares are too dangerous to be. To help with the support sort of thing, and if it's a banned thing, which it is it? I think, then obviously you don't want people breaking the law, because I don't want anyone being banned that's a supporter of ours, because we need all the supporters we can get, and perhaps if they can find something else that's not illegal to support us, then that would be great, because we need them in the ground. We don't want anybody being thrown out the ground because they've thrown a flare.
And in fact, they're warning that if it continues, they'll have to increase the police presence, which would cost the club. So, I mean, it's quite serious. There could be quite serious ramifications.
Yeah, of course. People know that, don't they? And if they adhere to the law of the land, then they can have a happy time here. If they don't, then someone's going to get banned, and I don't want anyone to get banned, because I think we're just about ready to start picking up points. So, hopefully we won't need that police presence, and the fans will realise it is illegal and mustn't be done.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Just a quick one, Gary. Shane Duffy, sounds like he's probably in Boyzone, but he's the Everton defender. It's been linked with yourselves as well as Millwall, Derby and a couple of others this morning. Is there anything in that one?
There is. He's known to us.
Mm-hmm.
We have got a centre-back situation at the moment with Byron Webster out. He's also on 3 bookings as well. Leon Fontaine is probably going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. So he certainly does interest us.